Now, the syntax of declaring static variable is see. We have to use static keyword, static int height. For instance variables, we need not use any keyword. Okay, that always you remember. For static variables and static methods, we have to use this static keyword to earmark them as static variables. In this context, I want to tell you one thing. Actually, in your while you are facing interviews and all that, your mugged up knowledge, by heart stuff has no role. It gives you, if even if you give the correct answer also, you get the negative marks. That's why just make it as a habit through my examples and all that. For everything, you talk generally and give a example. Don't talk about coding and all that. Coding is secondary, concept is primary. So, what is static? When static is used, what is the benefit of that? Without referring any coding aspect and all that, you can explain through examples. Already I have given this is one example, and I gave you that class data, student data, that is another example. So, if you stretch your brain, you can get 100 examples of this. It should be your own. So, once you are able to give an example in interview, they are inspired, and they like your explanation, and they would like to ask another question also. Initially, start with all by heart stuff and all that. Just they ask you a few questions and close your account. Understand? That's why everything through examples from real life. From real life, we are able to give examples means it represents two things. One is you have common sense. Number two, you digest the concepts also well. So that's why always from the beginning, for every concept, you try to give an example. That is the indicator for your owning the concept. And now variables we declared, two instance variable, one static variable. Now next step, what should we do? Actually, if you study C and all that, now is C program class is divided into four steps. First one is declaration section, a reading section, process section, and output section. Actually, while you are writing C classes formally, according to my system and all that, I teach like this only. A C program is divided into four sections: declaration section, a reading section or inputting section, process section, and output section. While you are writing your blueprint class also, same thing, labels are different, but the same sections only make. Then only you can present it properly. So now my declaration section I have completed. Thereafter reading means input section. Here for that corresponding method we have to define, and for that I am using set data. Any other name you give, but set data is a formal thing. Set data, and it is a inputting method or initializing method, so it does not return anything. Its type is void. Now only it is meant for initializing instance variables. It is an instance method. It is meant for objects, not for the class. So that's why I am calling it as instance method for initializing instance variables. Now what I have to write? In the previous program I explained int length, int breadth. So two parameters you are declaring L and B. Within the body, what is happening? Length is equal to L, breadth is equal to B. Then this is instance method for initialization. That declaration is over, reading is over. Now processing. processing purpose and all that, which methods are required? You just think of. First one is we have to calculate floor area. We have to calculate a floor area, and floor area of a room, you know that length into breadth, that is the floor area. And thereafter floor area obviously the instance method, because room is a instance, room is an object. For every room unique values of area will come. We are calculating it in SFT. So calculate floor area. Next thing is, now we have to define that method. That method means what name we have to give. What name we have to give means, now what are the conventions for naming a method? It should start with a verb. It should start with a verb, and thereafter what it is, it should be self-explanatory. So what it is doing? It is calculating floor area. Okay. So here only you are allowed to write some short form, calculate floor area, that method name. So obviously what it returns, what values, what type of values you are giving? You are giving int length and breadth. So that's why obviously int versus int, that is int only. So return type should be int. And this, actually in this what we have to do? We have to create a local variable. Why local variable is created? Actually one value is created, while now this method is receiving the two values. Inside one calculation you are making. What is the calculation? Length into breadth you are making. Then one value is created, a new value is created. Where it is stored? For storing the value and all that, you have to create a local variable. So I am declaring one local variable int FA. FA represent floor area. In local variables always you can use short forms. Here where short forms you can use, and all that I am telling you. Here calculate, instead of writing complete thing, and short form is enough, and local variables also short form is enough. As far as local variables are concerned, these are instance variables, these are static variables. Now one more type, local variables. Local variables are meant for storing a local value which is created within the body of the method, a temporary purpose from here to here. So floor area you are declaring. What is the formula? Now floor area is equal to length into breadth, that you know. Now you have to return it. Return FA. See, three statements we are writing. So in this way, this is, but this calculates in square feet, because these are in feet, square feet. So obviously these are in feet. When you calculate area, it is calculated into square feet. Area we express in square feet. Whatever value it returns, it is in square feet. So you must remember, this is a processing method. This is one of the processing method calculating floor area. Now declaration section. This is declaration section. One is over, and this is initialization section, that is over. And processing section, one instance method I have written for calculating floor area in SFT I have written. And here actually we have to declare, we have to give area value in SMT also, square meters also. So in such case we have to define a method. Then here problem comes. If you want to declare instance variable, you can declare it. Technically it is valid. But only thing is a matter of common sense and all that. Declaring this method convert SFT to SMT as static is prudent. How it is prudent and all that, little common sense is required. Just few questions I ask you. If you are in an apartment, if you are residing in an apartment, security guards are appointed on behalf of apartment, and servant maids are appointed belong to individual flats. Now, in my view, it is like a security guard, because a common facility for every flat, single security guard is not appointed. For suppose there are 20 flats in an apartment, only one or two, say a set of security guards are appointed, not for individual flats. This is a common service. Just you think, you extend your thinking, it is like a security guard. This helps all the instance variables, all the objects, all instances. That's why it is prudent. It is a common service provided to all the instances commonly, all the objects commonly. That's why it is prudent to declare it is a static. One thing you remember, it is a common variable. It is a common height is a common variable. That's why it declared a static. Methods are providing services. If a common service applicable to all the objects of that class, then you may declare it as static. Nobody will force you. It represents your common sense. In real life, you are applying your common sense. Why can't you apply your common sense in programming also? In real life, are you appointing individual security guards for each and every flat in an apartment? Why you are not doing? It is not prudent, you know. It is a common service for the entire apartment. That's why apartment people, apartment management appoint security guards. Your servant maids and all that, you are residing in one of the flats, then you appoint your servant maid. Servant maid are belong to flats, security guard belong to apartment. So security guard is providing common service to all the flats. Where common service is there, you declare it. It is a prudent practice to declare it is a static. Now, are you realizing this? Convert SFT to SMT. Is a common service to all the objects or not? Just you think. This is, compare this one and that one. If you compare this one with this is a individual service required by all objects. But as far as this is concerned, it is common service is required by all objects. Individual service and this is a common service. Where you identify it is a common service to all, then you can declare it a static method. That is a prudent practice. So static method belong to class. So if we have to represent this and all that, suppose object you have created R1 object, R1 dot calculate floor area. You have to represent it R1 dot calculate floor area, and if you have to represent this, then room dot convert SFT to SMT. Already in the second problem, I explained that as far as security guards are concerned, you never say my security guard. While you are residing in one of the flats in an apartment, can you say that my security guard? But you can say that my servant maid. What is the difference? Y and our belong to apartment, our. It is not your individual one for the entire apartment, our security guard. As far as servant maid is concerned, the same servant maid may work for remaining flats also, even though you have every right to call she is my servant maid. Am I right? This you analytically think across this board. You may not understand. Just to put these seeds. Why you are calling servant maid is not only working for your flat, she is working for other flats also, even though you are calling her my servant maid. As far as security guard is concerned, you cannot say my security guard, our security guard. So why you are using our? he is belong to apartment. Here the static is belong to class. That's why room dot convert SFT to SMT. Here static keyword for declaring static methods, we have to use static modifier. Understand? Thereafter you see, now actually here we pass the value from outside. Here one more point also, in second program I explained. For this we have given parameters, and for this we didn't give parameters. Again, this is an instance method, this is also instance method. Why you are not giving this? This is your your mouth. Initialization means mouth. Through mouth only you feed it to the system. So here you are giving parameters, and it is like your heart or kidney. Are you giving any specific input to your heart or kidney? So you don't give. One object is created, it is encapsulated automatically, whatever it requires, it takes from here. But this is different. This is belong to class. So from outside it receives a value. What value it receives? Floor area SFT it receives. Thereafter it converts it using this formula. This is the formula, and it converts into SMT, and it should be an int value we require. That's why typecasting we made, and we are return. This is a local variable. Local variable is what? FA, floor area SMT, that we are returning. So we have to study it deeply until you own it. Of course, don't worry about that. This is just introduction. We have to study many things. Chapter by chapter you can refine. If we have some abstraction also, don't worry. What extent you can understand, and don't disappoint. And from next chapter onwards, every element, every bit of thing, suppose this I explained here, typecasting, you may not know. Then in the next chapter you learn. So every concept, whatever I am discussing here, and much more detailed manner, I will discuss in further chapters. Don't worry about what extent you can grasp. You grasp it and own it, and you can refine it. Ultimate refined thing you can have. Thereafter, finally, one instance method is required. Now for output, already 4 sections I showed you: declaration section, input section, process section, output section. This is declaration section, this is input section, this is processing section, this is output section. Output sake, one method you are declaring. In this you see length. I am not able to write it detailedly. You can download the code. There you can see, because of the space limitation, only crucial code, system out to println statement, length you are writing, breadth you are writing, height you are writing. But who will write area? Who can give you area? Who can calculate area and give it to you? For that one method you declared. What is that? Calculate floor area. You call this calculate floor area, you call, and it returns. Then it returns, and that is printed. So in this manner you have defined the blueprint class. This is very core. This is the pure object orientation. Writing main method in that is somewhat of a half-cooked knowledge, not a complete knowledge. It is not supporting this object orientation. In object orientation or in real world, one blueprint will be there. Thereafter implementation is there. This is the blueprint class I have defined with 2 instance variables, 1 static variable, and 1, 2, 3 instance methods and 1 static method. Now our blueprint is ready. Thoroughly study that. Now after blueprint is ready, suppose you want to construct a house. House is a reality, blueprint is a concept. First you get ready blueprint, thereafter reality you start. That is construction of your house you start. Now you have 100% clarity about your thing, what you want, all the procedures you know. Now you are writing coding. This is a clear code, and blueprint is ready. Once a blueprint is ready, n number of objects you can create. Here only one room. is required. So one object you create. Suppose other client asks for 10 rooms. 10 rooms you can create. Understand? So this blueprint concept, identification of object, writing blueprint class are core activities in object oriented programming that you must mind it.